Hey y'all, I am back with my 3-month update. So it's getting longer. You can tell it's pretty cool to keep an eye on it because of basically the line where my hair is colored and then where all the black is coming out. So you can see it's grown quite a bit. So this video is just to talk about the products that I use, as well as to tell you about my first time self-retightening. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go through the products first, talk a little bit about them, and then I'll let you guys know how my retightening went. Okay, so for things that I put on my hair, I only have a few things. I used to be what we all know as the product junkie when I was loose natural, and so I had so much stuff, and now I don't know what to do with it, so I just kind of put it all away in a cabinet. And so I have reduced myself down to 3 spray bottles. 3, actually no, scratch that, 4 spray bottles. So the first spray bottle in here is just plain old water. There's nothing else in here but water. When I wash my hair, when I braid and band, I don't like submerge my head in water to get it wet. I use this spray bottle and I saturate it with this. I don't know why. I don't know if I like heard something somewhere about somebody doing that, but this is what I choose to do. I don't want to, I don't put my head fully under the water until I'm ready to wash the shampoo out. So that's that bottle. This is the bottle that I put my shampoo in. It's a little bit of shampoo in here, but I put the shampoo up to maybe about right here. Probably can't see my finger. Let's get the tag out the way. I put it up to about right here, and then I fill it up with water. I shake it up and spray it, and then I rub. I cut my fingernails. If like y'all were watching one of the other videos, I showed you my fingernails. I did cut them. They've grown back in like the last month. But I cut them so that way when I rub my head to suds it up with the shampoo, it's just the pads of my fingers and not my fingernails scratching my scalp. So that's pretty important to me. So as far as the shampoo goes, I do not use the Sisterlocks shampoo. I was watching a video by Curly Negro, and she mentioned that if you chose not to use the Sisterlocks shampoo, that this was the only thing she recommended. Besides that, this is Talia Wajid Black Earth Products Stimulating Herbal Cleanser. So this is what I use. Works just fine. It also like kind of has like a minty thing to it. It's got with mint and green tea. So it kind of feels like I'm deep conditioning my hair, and it makes it feel really good. It also helps really well with itching. My scalp itches all the time. So whenever I wash my hair, which I try to do every 2 weeks, if I like go a little bit longer, my scalp definitely can tell, and it will itch and itch and itch and itch. So this is really good, and it really helps with itching. So my second spray bottle is rose water. So I have been all over YouTube researching Sisterlocks and all this kind of stuff, and rose water is one of the things that is in everyone's arsenal. So I didn't get the bottle that everyone else seems to have. My bottle has this on it. So I pour it out and I put it in the spray bottle so I can spray it on my hair. So I got this from Amazon. You apparently can get it in stores, but by itself it costs like $8 for this itty bitty bottle. I got 3 of these for $15, so I feel like that's pretty much a better deal than just spending $8 on one bottle. And I spray it a lot on my hair, just to like at least give it a little bit of moisture, because my hair just it feels weird not to put anything on my hair, so my hair always feels like it's dry, or I feel like I should do something to it. The rose water helps that feeling, so you don't have to feel like, oh my god, like I need to put leave-in conditioner or something like that on my hair. You don't need to do anything, just this is fine. And it alleviates that feeling that you need to do something to your hair, and it also makes your hair, not your hair, but your scalp feel really nice. It makes my scalp feel really nice anyway. So that's that. Then this last little bottle right here is a few drops of witch hazel, a few drops of tea tree oil, and water. It's mostly water, but it has those three in it. Whenever it gets low, I go ahead and I fill it back up with my 3 ingredients, shake it up, and then I lift my hair and get it as close to my scalp as possible. So the tea tree oil is because I get dandruff really easily at the front of my head, and that's not cute. So I put the tea tree oil in there to kind of counteract that. And then the witch hazel is in there because I've heard that it's good for an itchy scalp. And like I said, my scalp is always itching. So I put that in here. This is the one I use. They do sell one that has rose water scent, but I already bought rose water. And it was like $2 or $3 more with the rose water scent. So I just got the original one and then I backdoor it with the rose water. This is sold in stores, but I didn't know that because I didn't know what witch hazel was until like super recently. But this is sold in stores and it's a lot cheaper in stores, but I got mine on Amazon for about $9. It's 12 ounces and it works pretty well. Sometimes this is not enough for me. My head itches really vigorously. So what I'll do is I'll just apply this straight to my scalp, and that usually helps it a lot. So this really does work if you have an intense itch like I usually do. I recommend just applying it directly to your scalp, because like with nothing else, just it by itself, because it like will soothe it immediately. So that's it. That's the only things that I put on my hair. As far as like other things that I use to braid and band, I went and I bought this for like $7 on Amazon. I had everything on Amazon, so everything I'm gonna tell you right now came from Amazon. Like these spray bottles came from Amazon. I don't go to the store. So these came from Amazon. They were $7.99. This is one thing that I probably should have bought in the store. So these rubber bands are, I don't even think you can call them rubber bands. They're kind of like rubber mixed with plastic, so it feels like mostly like plastic. I don't even know if y'all can, that was a poor color choice. Let's do blue. Okay. I don't even really know if y'all can tell, but you can probably see this. Just kind of real plasticky. I don't know. The feel of them doesn't really bother me. It's the quality that bothers me. So, you know, like normal black rubber bands that you can put on your hair, they are pretty sturdy, things like that. These will pop off of your hair without you even touching them. Like when I braid and band my hair, I've been told that I should let it dry before I take it down. When I wake up in the morning, like these rubber bands will already have popped off my head, and I don't like that. The only reason I really bought them is because they were colorful and I wanted to be able to see whenever I was taking them down. But I think I'm just gonna stick with black regular rubber bands that you normally buy in the store. But yeah, I don't really like these. Like you'll probably get on Amazon, you'll see them, and I mean, to each their own. It's like 2,000 rubber bands in here, so like you'll probably never run out for a really good while. And that was one of the reasons that I also bought them, is because there were so many. And rubber bands are kind of like bobby pins, like nobody keeps them. So that was another reason I bought them. So keeping in line with the products that I use, but also switching over to my Self-Retightening, I vigorously watched YouTube videos to figure out how to do this, make sure I was doing it right. I asked my loctician to make sure I was going to do the right rotation and things like that. So I told y'all she lives about 2.5 hours away from me, and that's also where my family lives. And to me, it just wasn't productive of me to go home right now. I knew I was going to go home for Thanksgiving. So the last time I got my hair retightened, I got it retightened at like the tail end, or not the tail end, the very beginning of September. September? Or the tail end of August. And I was like thinking about it, and I was like, Thanksgiving is kind of close. I really don't see myself driving back there until we get to Thanksgiving. So I texted her and I let her know, I was like, hey, I'm going to try to reach out to some locticians here in Austin again, but if nobody reaches out to me, which is the reason that I don't go to any here because the communication is terrible here. It's like if they don't reach back out to me, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try self-retightening myself. And she was cool with that. She sent me a little bit later after I did it, she sent me a link to the London Lock tool, which I looked for and I couldn't find like the link to buy it. So I ended up buying something else. But she did send me the link. She was like, hey, if you want to retighten your own hair, this is the tool that I recommend. This is the one I have. And I was like, oh, okay. So she was super down with it. When she retightened my hair the first time, she used this. It's called Tropical Roots Growth Oil. And it is for locked hair or braided hair, things like that. And it's supposed to promote strength of your locks. But she uses it so that way it provides a little bit of malleability with my hair when she's retightening it. So I bought this so that way it could be kind of close to what she did. It does make a little bit of difference. It smells okay. Like it's got pineapple and guava in it. And it smells fine. It smells like medicated pineapple. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what it smells like. So it smells good, but then it smells kind of weird. But I do use this and it hasn't done anything bad to my hair or anything like that. It is really oily. It's actually all over my fingers right now, so I don't know if you can see how shiny they are. But that's what I use to retighten. I also bought, everybody has seen these, but the little silver duckbill clips. They came with big ones and small ones. So I got those. Now, as far as the tool to lock it. So the first tool that I bought, because I bought two of them, the very first one that I bought was this one. So you can see that looks like this little tool is curved, and that's what it looks like at the end. So this one I got on Amazon for about $13. It's from Lock Sanity, I think is what it's called, Lock Sanity lock tool. They sent it to me in this little pouch right here, and they sent me two of them. So this thing is too big for, first of all, my hair is not that long just yet, and so it's a little bit too big, and the curve wasn't something that I liked because it's too curved. And so whenever I'm trying to retighten my hair, it's getting looped with other locks, and I was constantly having to unlock them and unloop them and all that kind of stuff, and I didn't like it. So I stopped using that one, and then I ordered another one that was about $20. This one I also got from Amazon. As I'm telling y'all, I looked for that London lock tool and I could not find it. But this one is just called the dreadlock tool. This is what it looks like. It's a lot smaller than the other one, or not a lot smaller, but it's curved, so it's pretty flat. It's not as curved as this one. And it's got it's folded in at the top right here, basically to kind of hold on to your hair. And you would think that this one wouldn't work as well because the hole is so wide right here and this one isn't. But this one, it was a lot easier to get my hair into it and to thread it. And it was a lot easier for me to retighten. I really loved it. It was really nice. I think the person who sold it on Amazon is called Lock, I believe. But I really like this one. This one was really good. So if I don't get the London lock tool, my feelings won't be hurt. The only reason I really want the London lock tool is because of the crochet hook that's on it, and you can pull that little thing down and it can hold onto your hair. So that's really the only reason that I want it. Because of course this is really good. It's a really good tool. It's just, it doesn't hold onto my hair. So I was constantly having to re-thread it through the little loop. But other than that, I would probably still use this one. If I did get the London lock tool, I would use this one on my last rotation because this one is really flat. So if y'all have ever seen the London lock tool, you know that it looks like a small nail and it's really round. So I feel like once you get to the last few I call them stitches because that's what it reminds me of, is of sewing. But once you get to the last few turns of the rotation, it gets a little bit harder to pull it through. So I feel like this one will be a little bit easier to use on those last few turns because it's so flat. And the London lock tool is so round that it probably wouldn't be able to do the job really well. So I would probably just use this one on like the last few turns, which would probably make retaining my hair a lot longer, but I would rather that than for it to not be like tight like it should be. So this is the one that I use. So on to, or well, y'all have seen my bonnet, but in the spirit of showing you what I use, this is the bonnet that I sleep in. I bought this bonnet from Walmart for like $7.99 or something like that. I've had this bonnet for a while. I mostly bought it because of how big it was. So yeah, you know, it's pretty big. Because I used to get my hair braided a lot, and the bonnet that I had just was not cutting it. So this was easy for me to just kind of pick my hair up and lay it into the bonnet and then put it on my head. So that's the reason that I have this one. Now, on to my self-retightening adventure. So I watched a few videos on self-retightening and everybody just made it look so easy. Let me be the first to let you know that it is not that easy. As far as how to do it, like that's easy. Like I get the rotation, I got that down just fine. It is very hard to continue to find the will to retighten your own hair because you are constantly sitting here like this and just going back and forth. Your arms hurt and you got a lot of hair in your head and you're just like, you don't want to do it anymore. And like, I didn't even get halfway through it before I was like, this was a mistake. Like, I understand why people pay to get it done. But once you do get all the way through it, you feel a sense of self-accomplishment. Like I felt really happy when I finished. But one thing I will say, it is incredibly easy to lock or to combine your locks. So you have to really pay attention to what you're doing because I didn't use a mirror or anything like that. I did everything by feel. And for the most part, I did do fine. The only bad thing I did was at the front, and I'm gonna show you my screw up. At the front, I locked, or I tightened these two locks together. So this is one, this is two, and they are joined together. And I cannot get them apart. Now, I did do it to some others in my head. Like I did it a lot, but because I was paying attention, it was super easy to separate them. So when I say it's easy to combine them, it's easy to combine them, but you have to, as long as you're paying attention, you should be fine. But I wasn't paying attention up here. I actually didn't notice that I did this until yesterday, and I finished retightening my hair on Saturday of last week. So obviously I wasn't paying attention, but I can run my hand through my hair pretty easily without it getting snagged on anything. So I think I did a pretty good job. I think the grid still looks fine because I did it, like I did one side of my head one weekend and the other side of my head another weekend. So this side, the hair is growing out again, but this side, I think it looks pretty good. I'm not like a professional or anything, so she might have to fix some stuff, but I think it's okay from what I can tell, you know. I did feel really accomplished about it, and I felt really good after I did it. There was one in here somewhere, I don't know where it went, but it looked like it was getting ready to just kind of slide around in my head, and because I'm the person I am and I have no self-control, I yanked at it a little bit just to see if it was going to come out. I was like, it's going to come out, I just might as well do it right now. But it didn't, it stayed in, so hopefully that doesn't go anywhere. But I did it. It took me 2 weeks. I didn't do it constantly for 2 weeks, but I divided my hair down the middle. I did this side one weekend, and then I didn't realize it was going to take me as long as it did, honestly. And so I put my hair in like halo twists, and that's how I wore my hair to work the entire week. And then I did the rest of it. I did one side, like a back part on Friday evening, and then the next morning I got up on Saturday, and from like 9 o'clock in the morning to about like 5 in the afternoon, that's how long it took me to do this side, which I was actually really happy about because it took me an entire 2 days to do this side of my head. It only took me 1 to do this side, so I was like getting a little better. But it wasn't too bad. Every time I did a section, I pulled this out and I just sprayed it on my scalp for that section that I was getting ready to do, and I just set to work. It was tedious, very tedious, but I did like the fact that I did it myself. It was really cool. I'll probably do it again in the interest of saving gas, time, and money. I'll probably do it again, and the only time I'll probably go to her is whenever I go home to visit my family. But a few of the videos that I watched, one of them was kind of like just talking about how, I think she's like at her 4-month mark or something like that, and she was getting ready to retighten her own hair, and I'm at my 3-month mark because I wasn't gonna do it because I was kind of scared, but I am now at my 3-month mark, and I've retightened my own hair. So I feel like no matter where you are, if you do decide that you want to do it, then I think you should, as long as you know what you're doing. I did a ton of research before I put my own hands in my head, so as long as you know what you're doing, I'd say, you know, go for it. One thing that I did see, this doesn't really have anything to do with retightening, but I'm always searching for like when I can stop braiding and banding my hair, and nobody ever gives like a particular time frame as to when you can stop braiding and bending your hair. It's just about a year. I did see that somebody stopped doing theirs at around like 4 or 5 months, I think. So that was something interesting. I don't think that I'm gonna do that because I'm too scared that my hair is gonna mess up, and we all paid too much money for this hairstyle for that to happen. So I think I'm just gonna continue with the braiding and banding, but continue to search to see when I can stop braiding and banding. If y'all have any suggestions, please let me know because I would really like an answer to that question. But like I told y'all in the first video, this is just gonna be about like trial and error, things that I wish I knew when I started this journey, questions that I can't find, or answers to questions that I can't find, and just different things like that. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos like this one, so that way you'll get alerts every time I upload something. Thank y'all so much for watching. Bye.